Okay, we are up and running. All right. So let's get started. How's everybody doing? Good. All right. Love to hear that. All right, my loves. So let us get started. Today, I have a very important topic to talk about regarding our ways of protection, ways that we protect the body. And it kind of goes into a little bit of the topic that we had, the discussion in the presentation where we talked about the energetic body and how it transfers energy into our energetic space from the objects around us. Yesterday, we talked about how to release attachments from the body. But today, I want to talk to you about a really powerful technique to completely protect your body. And we change the frequency of the body in such a way that you are no longer a physical object, in other words, at a low frequency vibration where frequencies and energies can slam up against and really affect, really cause a reaction to the body. Okay. Now, in order for this technique to work, two parts have to come into play. First one is your emotions, right? The emotional body has to be completely in alignment with coming into a state of neutrality and observation. So, one of the first ways to protect your body from any kind of energy attacks or strong emotions or anything from around you is to come into a state of neutrality. Because this way, you are observing what is being projected into your reality, because once again, everything we project into our reality is a manifestation of what's coming in from our whole body, from the information, from the frequency that we give off. And that frequency is compiled information from everything that you've experienced in your life, the traumas, fears, anxieties that are feeding in to a kind of safety mechanism that will sometimes enhance these triggered experiences more than protect you. So, in order to not continue that kind of energy exchange with the world around you, we want to pull away from them, coming into a state of neutrality and observation. Now, the second part of it is once we come into that state, we have the ability of shifting the frequency in such a way that now things are not hitting this body, they are going through the body. Because we are more like an electrical charge, this body is an electromagnetic field. It's made out of centers of toroidal fields of energy that emit from the heart. The heart is the largest toroidal field in the body, but we have interconnected networks throughout all the organs and the chakras that are communicating, creating this network of energy which make up this physical body. So if you are able to shift that vibrational frequency in such a way where it comes into a state of almost invisible frequency, now you don't have things hitting against. Okay, they're not finding its own match, so it begins to create a cause and effect reaction. We call this going into invisible state, this technique. So today we're going to practice going into a state of invisibility, I guess you could say. And it's a matter of changing your frequency in such a way that you're not responding to things that are around you. So we're going to practice this technique. It's incredibly powerful. I've done this in other workshops in groups. It actually works best in groups where, we are in front of each other in a line, and one person will go invisible and the energy will go through them, and they will feel literally that when you throw energy at someone that's invisible, that utilizes this technique, you feel like there's an empty space in front of you. It almost feels as if you keep throwing and directing energy and there's nothing in front of you. And when someone stays in solid state, somebody enhances their presence and their energy, and you throw energy at them, it bounces off you. You can feel it. Okay. So these are energy dynamics of the body. And a lot of martial arts actually utilize this technique in order to work with chi, with life force energy. As they direct their movements, they are directing the energy in certain areas, but in order to protect themselves, they will come into this state of invisibility where they are flowing through the energy in a very fluid manner. directing whether a hit that someone gives you physically will create a real physical effect in the body. That can shift. That is the power of the human body. And so I'm going to show you how to come into that, how to work with that information of the physical body. So we're going to go through the practice. I'm going to walk you through the practice. And what I'd like to do today, throughout your day, is you're going to be practicing coming into a state of invisibility, not all the time, but when you need it. Okay. Or just practice with if you have a roommate or something that you can practice with, it's kind of a fun thing to do and to share with them too. Now, a couple of important points that I want to make about coming into invisible body. One of those things is that when you are setting the intention that you are going to be an invisible, you really are shifting your vibrational frequency. Okay. It's almost as if you are leaving the grid. It's like you're off grid, but energetically. So, what is left is your intention, and the soul energy that's within the body is available. So, don't do this when you're walking the street and there's cars and cars can't see you, okay? Don't do that in dangerous situations where you need to be fully present in your body in order to be protected. You can utilize this technique when, for example, you're walking down a dark, um, if you kindly mute yourself, my loves. Let me mute. I'm going to mute some people. So, for example, if you're walking down the street and there's some uh, young kids that are messing around or something, and you're worried about your safety, this is a great technique to go into invisible body so that their energy, although they try to direct it towards you, because you remove yourself from this physical intention and the vibrational frequency that could be any match to what they're giving off, now they will lose attention, they will lose focus on you. And this happens in dynamics, in arguments, in fights. When we direct our energy towards someone, we expect a response, and so when we don't get the response that we expect, we lose interest, of course. And so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing with your body. You're going to be working on coming into a state of invisibility. And this can work in protecting yourself with toxic people in your workplace, family members, people that you feel threatened by, in public. Any place when you are in a very crowded place where you feel like you need to protect yourself in some way, this is a great technique to utilize. But it's also when you are with a partner and you are in an argument, for example, and you want to disengage from the argument and settle that argument down, or try to work with the energy that's there in order to take it out of a state of chaos into the present moment, you can also utilize this technique in order to bring your body into a state of invisibility, and it'll come into a state of neutrality. Now, the energy dynamics of this are interesting, so you have to be very aware and very cautious when you utilize this technique, because oftentimes when someone is angry at us and they keep throwing attention, obviously they are looking for attention, they're looking for a response. So when you use this technique, I would ask that you be very responsible and conscious in terms of how you are responding to the person that you're interacting with. Okay. So for example, if you notice, if you know very well that they are looking for love, for attention, for compassion, you can go into invisible state in order to not take in all of that anger and frustration that they give off. But at the same time, it's your responsibility to be compassionate of that need and address that need verbally and connect with the person in a way from hopefully a higher, more clear, more compassionate communication. Okay. So these are the energy dynamics, because otherwise what will happen is it will trigger them even more so that they are not getting anything from you. So I would be very cautious when using this. Do know, and I would, in the beginning, make sure that when you use this, it's something that you really need, okay, to protect yourself, to make sure that any kind of toxic energies around you are not sticking to the body. This is an empowerment tool so that you are in charge of what this sponge of a body is taking in, because the body functions like a sponge. constantly absorbing everything from around you. And it's your awareness that really defines what you allow into your energetic space. This is a powerful protection tool. It should be used carefully with mindfulness and awareness of how you are affecting the things around you. Okay. So, any questions about that before I start this this one, this practice? Yes, Anita.
I have done it. Does that work with entities that are already invisible?
Well, entities, well, we feel that they're invisible, right? Okay, so like entities that are attaching to us.
Yes.
Um, it works temporarily, but entities are a vibrational match to subconscious programming. So in
Mhm.
order to remove entities, you need to work on the vibrational match that's making them come and find a cozy home in your body. Okay?
Oh,
So and entities can be like we saw yesterday, they can be emotions, old thought forms, old programs, all these things that stick to the body. So,
yes.
my suggestion is that if we have entities in the body, we need to do the work, right? That's most important. This technique that I'm teaching you is mostly for, let's say, emergency or high stress situations where you really need to just protect your body. You're taking on too much from your environment and you need to pull back. Okay, if there's a certain toxic person in your environment that's always throwing, really toxic energy at you, this would be a person that you can utilize this technique so that they start to pull away and it's not affecting the free will because you yourself are in charge of your space and you just choose to disengage with this contractual agreement and then they can choose what they wish to do. But in most cases, they will back away, they will take a step back, and they will get tired. They'll just change their MO, their way of interacting with you.
Thank you.
So awesome question. Yes. Hmm. Anyone else? Luana asks here, can we practice in safe groups while we are learning? Yes, definitely practice in groups if you are like with your roommates or fellow family members. Explain to them how it is. And I will show you this practice step by step. And it's actually really fun to practice it at home. I know when I first started learning this, it was really fun to do it with my roommates at the time. And it's a incredible, powerfully empowering lesson on how much we are in charge of our bodies and the energies that we experience. And you'll see that today. All right, my loves. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. All right, let's get started. We are going to start by inhaling deeply. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to begin by grounding the body down to the center of the earth. Go ahead and visualize grounding yourself down. These are very important for this practice as well, to ground yourself. As you create your grounding cord all the way down to the center of the earth, becoming aware of your energetic space, go ahead and visualize creating your protection around your body and closing your body. When you do this work, it's incredibly important that you have your grounding and your protection down, okay? Because you have to be fully aware of the body when you do this work. Okay, making sure there are no openings in our space. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. We're going to continue to ground our space that we're in. Grounding your home down to the center of the earth, protecting your space that you're working in. Visualize putting a gigantic sphere around your house. Breathing deeply, inhale and exhale. Very good. So taking a moment of stillness to become aware of the body, just noticing emotions that are in the body here today. Okay, let's eliminate all the emotions from the body out, almost as if we're pulling a gooey substance out of the body, just letting all of that heaviness out of the body, bringing the body into a state of complete neutrality. So we're going to start at the crown of the head, the neck, the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to, you can move them around to help the muscles relaxing. Get in touch with your body, get really familiar with everything that's going on inside the body. Go down to the chest, down to the arms, the waist, the hips, releasing any emotions here, especially from the solar plexus where we tend to hold on to the majority of these emotions. Very good. And breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling, bringing the body into a state of neutrality. Going down to the hips, down to the legs. All right. And we're going to begin. Now that we feel our feet against the floor or our legs against the floor if we're sitting on the floor, feeling yourself fully grounded, we're going to start at our feet. I want you to visualize that your toes are becoming invisible. Okay, breathing deeply. Inhale deeply and exhale. Going up to the ankles, we become invisible. And just to help yourself in this visual, imagine the floor underneath you, that you can see through it clearly with your mind's eye. Going up to the shins, the calves, the knees. Notice how the body feels as it begins to go invisible, going up into the knees, going up to the thighs. You can, it's almost as if you can see just the energy, the invisible energy that's within the body. But you can see the floor underneath you, the chair, going up into the hips now. Visualize the body going invisible. Breathing deeply. We see the chair underneath us, the floor underneath us, but our body is not there. We can see right through to the chair with our mind's eye. We're going to go up to the solar plexus now, the center core of the body, visualizing all the organs going invisible. They are functioning perfectly, but just the physical matter becomes invisible. You begin to feel lighter, going up to the chest, the back, the back becomes invisible. Going up to the neck, going up to the head, the face, making sure the arms are also included here, the arms all the way down to the palms of the hands. Everything is invisible. All that is left is the light within your heart. Visualize even your hair is invisible. Checking in to your protection now, making sure the protection around your body is still there, solid, but invisible. Just taking a moment to breathe into this space, to this experience. Notice how you feel lighter, almost as if you're floating. You are nothing but a light. This is your soul, your spirit, your true essence. And it serves as a very powerful reminder that we are not this body. I want you to visualize that gold light that connects from your heart center, going through the crown of your head up to source. I want you to see that thread of light that connects you to source as one. And knowing that when you are here in this space, in invisible, any kind of low vibrational frequency will just simply go through your body. It will not stick to or hit and affect the body. This is one of the most powerful techniques of protecting the body in states of chaos, of extreme stress, arguments, fights, disharmony. Just remembering that we are a light that is always untouched. Nothing can affect that light. It's just memorizing what this feels. And I want you to see if you can imagine yourself utilizing this throughout your day. In what scenarios would you utilize this technique? Just so that your mind can begin to know that it's okay to use this when it's needed. It's available to you. Now that you are here in the body of glass, I want you to start working with the root chakra. We're going to go into a deeper healing now. You're going to start closing the first chakra. I'm going to show you how to utilize this body of glass for healing the body. Go ahead and start with the root chakra. Close it all the way down to the size of a dime. I'm going to go down to the second chakra, the sacral, closing it down to the size of a dime. Going up to the solar plexus, yellow chakra, closing it down to the size of a dime. Going up to the heart chakra, opening that heart chakra as wide as possible, opening the center of unconditional love and connection. And you activate that heart center going up to the throat, opening that throat chakra, expanding that blue light front and back. Going up to the third eye, expanding that third eye chakra. And we're opening the center of intuition. So now we are going to be able to navigate this body of glass now that we are in a reading state. You're going to go up to the crown chakra. You're going to fill it in with your creative color into the intellect, the emotions, relationships, health, your environment, abundance, spirituality, and purpose. Very good. You're going to inhale deeply and exhale. You're going to visualize a healing color, a color that is very healing for your body. What color is that today? Take a look at that. What color does the body need today? We're going to visualize pulling up that color from the center of the earth into the body, into the solar plexus, creating a vortex of energy. Bring it in. Bring that healing color into the body. From the universe, from source, bring down a powerful wave of golden light that comes down through the crown of the head, down your back, combining with that healing color. At the center core, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and send 10% of that back down to the center of the earth, clearing from the body any stagnant emotions in the solar plexus. Taking 80% back up to the solar plexus, we're going to pull it up the spine and from the crown of the head, creating a fountain coating the outside of the protective field. The protective field of this invisible body, body of glass. Going back to your solar plexus, you're going to pull up that final 10% up your spine, down your arms, and from the palms of the hands, feed that beautiful healing energy into the body now. Surround yourself, swirl your body inside of this healing energy, cosmic energy, and your own healing vibrational frequency, allowing your body to absorb it into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the bones, down to the cellular level of the body. Into all of these spaces, these invisible spaces of the body, they actually can take in a lot more healing when they are invisible because we're working on a much higher frequency of vibrational information. Good. Allowing yourself to run that energy through the body, through the invisible body. Notice how it feels different. We are working on higher planes here, higher dimensions of the body. The structure of the light body has different levels. So now we're looking at another overlay of the body. So, what I want you to notice now, looking at your body, looking at the space that was left, this empty space that is now sitting in the chair, laying in the bed, sitting on the floor, wherever you are, I want you to begin to observe that empty space. The physical body is gone, but what's left behind are hidden attachments, hidden blockages in the energy body, those that we're not aware of. These are usually aspects of ourselves that are on the astral level of the body. So I want you to scan your body from head to toe and begin to notice where you're storing those blockages in the body. And you may notice that where we have physical complications in the body, you're going to see darker clouds here. It's going to look murky, fuzzy. Very good. And what you're going to do is you're going to visualize that through your grounding cord, you're going to allow it to just vacuum out of the body. It's going to be suctioned down to the center of the earth, letting it out of the body. I want you to focus on the area that is your spine. Notice if you see in that invisible spine area, if we are holding on to any fogginess, any blockages in that space, anything that doesn't serve us there, clear it out. Breathing deeply and then exhaling. Any kind of stubborn blockages that feel difficult to destroy or dissolve within the body, pull them out. You can even visualize using your hand to pull them out of your body until this body of glass is crystalline clear. And it is the color that feels most vibrant. More light can go through it. If you're connected to a lot of technology all day, you might find that at the crown of your head, you're storing a lot of stuff around the head, around the ears, the neck. So help yourself and clear that space. Going to the chest and the solar plexus, making sure there's nothing left there. Now that you have cleared the body of glass, as we are running this healing energy through the body, I want you to create a symbol that represents the highest vibrational frequency, the most protection for this body. What symbol do you see? It's going to protect you against anything, any ailments, sickness, imbalance, any taking on any angry expressions or any, stressful situations outdoors. It's like a shield for this soul. What symbol do you see? You're going to put that up on top of your crown at the very top of your bubble, your protective field, 360 degrees. We change the frequency of this body so that it manifests only what's in alignment with its highest expression, regardless of what occurs outside of us. People, places, things, social problems, natural disasters. This body is a frequency of healing and awareness. We're going to go ahead and see the room full of our karmic contracts. Go ahead and see them. And we're going to destroy them. Go ahead and shine your crown light in that room of karmic contracts and go ahead and visualize clearing them out, clearing all of those out. Everything that no longer resonates with us today, we clear that out from our timelines. Empty that room. Go ahead and visualize filling that room full of the color in your crown. You can paint the walls that color. You can turn on lights in that color. The entire room is filled with your creative color. We're going to see another room full of shadows. Go ahead and see the room full of shadows, people, places, and things that no longer resonate with us. Go ahead and visualize cutting cords with them on their end, cutting cords on your end, inhaling deeply, taking back your life force into the body and releasing, letting go. And these are cords that are being released on another level because you are in invisible body. So we're looking at all of these invisible cords that we don't normally see, that we're not normally aware of. Filling our heart with love, going back to the visual of yourself as just a light. See that light that you are. Notice how you can generate massive amounts of love emitting from your heart. This is also a powerful protection that will dictate your next experience. So, we're going to bring ourselves back now into a solid form. We're going to start at the crown of our head, going down the hair, the scalp, our forehead, our face, as we begin to recreate the body back to its physical form, to its solid state, going to the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the back. The body begins to fill in its matter, down to the back, down to the front, the organs in the body, going down to the lower back, the hips, the thighs. Feeling the chair underneath the body, feeling the bed, feeling the floor underneath us, feeling the weight of the body now. Going down to the thighs, the knees, the shins, the ankles. Breathing deeply into this body. And now that we have experienced the contrast of the body of glass and the physical body, oftentimes we begin to notice any kind of imbalances in the physical aspect of ourselves. And so this is a good time to check in with the body, noticing what the physical body needs in order to come into balance. Do we need more water? Do we need exercise? Do we need sunlight? What does the body need? This is a good moment to check in. Is there anything that should be detoxed from this system? Because now we really feel that. Going down to the toes, we are fully in the physical form now. Very good. Inhale deeply and exhale. We're going to start working with the root chakra, opening that root chakra back into a balanced state. Sacral chakra, opening that chakra back into a balanced state. Solar plexus, opening that chakra back into a balanced state. Heart chakra, bringing it back into a balanced state. Throat, our third eye. Breathing into the body now, going up to the crown, sending it up to the eighth, activating the eighth chakra, activating the ninth, the 10th, the 11th, 12th, and the 13th. And above you is a white light of source connecting up into that white light. Bring that white light down over the body. I want you to feel gratitude for this body. I want you to bring it into the legs. Gratitude. Thank you, body. Thank you. feeling appreciation, awareness for the physical body, feeling love, compassion, going up to the thighs, the hips, the solar plexus, the chest, the heart, the arms, the neck, the face, fully aware of the body, coming into a state of absolute love, unconditional love for this beautiful system. And you're going to gently open your eyes, coming back into the room. Okay. And as you come back into the room, continue to see your protective field around you, your grounding cord, and your perfect alignment. You're going to maintain this grounding, protection, alignment even when you are in body of glass. And again, please use it cautiously. Don't use it when you are in a busy street and, could possibly get hit by a car, because that has happened. That has happened in the past, where somebody, even when you're driving in a car and you go in body of glass, you can change your entire space into glass, right? Your whole car can be glass. It can be invisible. I'll tell you a quick story. One time when um, I forget what was happening, but I think we were in a car, and I think we either forgot to signal or put a light, and we were getting pulled over. So we put body of glass, and the officer gets out of his car, walks halfway over to our car. And before he even reached the door, he said, "Oh, sorry guys, make sure you signal, gotta go." He got called and got taken back and left. And it's very funny, but this technique has worked several times, right? So don't go breaking the law with this technique, of course, but it's an example, right? That we have the ability to shift and change our timelines. And when we're in states where we need to protect ourselves from toxic environment, this is a great technique. So you're not taking on what you don't need into the body. All right, my love. So let me answer some questions. Let's jump into questions. For those of you that are on YouTube with me, I'm going to close the live stream right now. But I do want to invite you to come join me this weekend at Portal to Ascension. I'm going to be on the Divine Feminine panel on Thursday. I'm hosting on Saturday the mass meditation at exactly 11:11. So there's 5,000 people registered for this event internationally. It's a massive event. I invite you to join me. I'm also going to be speaking later on at 1 p.m. I'll be talking about holographic DNA and interdimensional contact. And I will also be on a panel for experiencers, people that are experiencing interdimensional contact, ET contact, all of these phenomena that we cannot explain. We're going to be discussing them in a really awesome panel with some other amazing experiencers. And that's at, I believe, 4 p.m. So go ahead and check Portal to Ascension website and check it out. See if you want to participate in any of the amazing speakers. There's over 50 speakers that will be joining us. So do check that out, and I will see you soon. If you're on the YouTube stream and you have questions, please post them below. Don't forget to subscribe and share this channel. Thank you so much.